Good evening, everyone. Welcome. It is Friday night. It is 7 p.m., and that can only mean one thing. Time for the weekly 1 hour live stream. Excuse me. And time for Titanic Month. First live stream, Titanic Month 2025. Don't think I have to tell you guys what is going to be on the shelf for the next month. It should be kind of obvious. How is everyone doing? How's you guys weeks been? Let's see who all's in the chat this evening. Excuse me. Let's see. Moonser's here. Moonser's got a new name. Cool deal. Age Forgotten is here. Mark, Steve. Let's see. Aaron's here. Karen's here. Ozzy's here. So we got a nice little crowd going tonight, guys. So I know we're gonna have a couple of things going on this evening. So without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and start getting right into things. So let me pull up Honor and Glory here. Let's see. And there we go. Got it. Honor and Glory. Here we go, guys. So undoubtedly, I know you guys are going to be interested in hearing about the whatchamadoodle. What did I go to last week? Yeah. I'm having a brain fart. The Titanic exhibit. Ozzy, I will see if I can find the potato room just for you, Ozzy. How's everyone's week been? How you guys doing? Well, let me grab something real quick here. Let's see. Gonna show you guys a few things while we walk the decks of Titanic here, and of course talk about the museum experience. Well, not museum, but exhibit. So it was called Titanic: An Immersive Experience, and it's a combination of a lot of things, recreations of some things, some real artifacts from both Titanic and Olympic were there. By the way, Aaron, I did do the whatchamacallit, the oh goodness, whatchamacallit, the VR experience. So when you go in, you start immediately like looking through artifacts and whatnot, and you guys have probably seen the thumbnail that was for the video, where you've got like this the recreation of the bow, and that is one of the first things. Well, that is the very first thing you see, along with like a bunch of like old movie posters from old Titanic movies and newspaper clippings on the wall, stuff like that. So that was a lot of the stuff that you start off with. Eric is here too. Eric, welcome to the stream. Welcome to Titanic Month 2025. We are starting off in first class at B deck. One of the things that they had, and let's go up to A deck on the grand staircase. I don't know if you guys saw today's short, but this was also in the main video as well. So you're walking up to the replica of the grand staircase, and of course you see this. And right here, you can go as high as the third step on this replica that's at the that's over there. The rest of it is like a giant painting. So the first three steps are real. The post here is real. The cherub is real. And then, like I said, from there, right here, you can go as high as the third step, and that's it. Another thing you probably saw, well, I know you saw in the video. Let's go down to D deck. So let's get this going a little faster. Okay. So D deck reception. You guys saw a big thing on the D deck. It was the first class dining room, and you go and you actually have oh excuse me. You have a like a giant mural, I think would be the best way to describe it, and you have you have these glass cases with utensils and plates and whatnot that are from that time. I don't remember if it said if they were actually from Olympic or Titanic, but you're essentially looking this way, or was it over here? Because I thought it was starboard side. Let's see. I want to say it was starboard side looking forward, or was it port side? Anyway, it's in the video if you care to see it. So yeah, two of the main areas that you can see, of course, you know, two of the most popular areas. No yawning contagious, right? Yeah, I don't know why I think I'm going to have a fit of the yawns this evening. But let's stop here for a minute, and I'm going to show you guys one of the things I got from there. So, actually, no. Let me tell you guys about this real quick first. So, when you first enter, you they give you a card. I'll show you a card. Every person who goes to there, they get a card. And let me go full screen here so you guys can see this. So you get a card like this when you go. And on the back, you have a passenger name and a little bit of information about them. Don't know if you can see that or not. But anyway, you carry your card with you, and at the very end of the exhibit, you will find out if the person you have lives or dies. Well, my card, I immediately knew right off the bat what happened to my person. So before I reveal who it is, let's take a walk down to Scotland Road. Here we are. Oh, we're already right here, Scotland Road. Let's go down Scotland Road. Does anybody, I'll give you guys a hint. Which well-known passenger had a cabin on Scotland Road? Shouldn't be that hard for you guys to figure this one out. So let's head aft because I've talked about it many times, especially when we load up Honor and Glory. So we're walking down this way. There's a room right here, I believe. Does anybody know who it could be? Any ideas? Let's see. I went to the 2 Titanic exhibitions growing up in the early 2000s with my parents. Oh, pretty cool. Mark and Ozzy, you guys are correct. I got Charles Joffin, Chief Baker on the Titanic. We all know the story of Charles Joffin. Got himself a little tipsy during the sinking. And of course, we know that he survived. Who remembers how Charles Joffin survived the sinking? And time for rum. Who remembers? Did I say passenger, Steve? I'm sorry. Yes, crew. Whoops. So, yeah, steps off the stern. Yes, he did step off the stern. But what's the rest of Charles Joffin's story? Do you remember how he survived after he stepped off of the stern? So in the movie, the Cameron's movie, as you guys may remember, he's actually the guy who is riding the stern down right next to Leo and Kate. And as Steve said, he just simply walked off of it as it went into the as it submerged. And I believe we have a winner already. Let's see. There it is. Mark got it. Overturned the lifeboat. Anna Thomas, welcome. Yes, the overturned collapsible B. Karen got it as well. He climbed on an overturned lifeboat. Overturned collapsible B. He made his way there. A few other names worth mentioning that were also on collapsible B. Charles Lightoller, Harold Bride, Archibald Gracie. Oh wait, was Archibald Gracie on the? I think it was Archibald Gracie. So yeah, he was right here. He rowed the stern all the way down and made his way to overturn collapsible B. Yeah, it was Archibald Gracie because he was. No, Ozzy. Jack Phillips did not get on collapsible B. According to Harold Bride, when Bride was near collapsible B before it got floated off, Phillips made his way towards the stern, and that was the last time Bride said that he ever saw Phillips. So he was not on there. But yeah, Archibald Gracie did survive. He was also the first adult survivor to die from the sinking due to everything that happened to him that night, his injuries, and he was a very bad diabetic, and he never fully recovered. And he died in December of 1912, making him the first adult survivor to die. See, how's the blue ribbon? Age. I remember the cards we were given for it, and 2 of our passengers survived, but 1 didn't. I think I had the card of one who didn't survive. It was long ago, and I can't remember. I cannot remember who I had when I went to the museum in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I think I still have the card somewhere, but I don't remember where I put it. Buddy's here. Welcome, buddy. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well with you. So I'm just going over some of my experiences at the Titanic and Immersive Experience that I went to last week. You guys, as you know, the video came out this morning. And now we're kicking off Titanic week by me recapping that experience and talking honor and glory here. Oh, wait. Oh, we had a fatal error here. Oh, that's not good. Okay, well, let me see if I can relaunch the game. That's the first time that's happened. Let's see. Let me reboot the game here. I've never had that happen before. Let's see. Just bear with me a sec, guys. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's crank this back up. Full screen. And we should be back in business here. The Borg is in the system. They can be in the system all they want. I will resist. I don't care how futile it is. I will resist. Okay. There we go. I think I've got it up twice for some reason. I do not know why it's up twice. Okay. There we go. Let's go. Let's go check out the officers area. Yes, Steve, that was another name I was trying to remember. Jack Thayer was also on Collapsible B. And I love that poster on your wall. Thank you. That's actually a puzzle. Good Lord, my PC fans going nuts. But I heard that you're going to try to raise the Titanic, but I doubt it because it will collapse on herself. Buddy, there's not going to ever be any attempt to raise the ship. That is just simply not going to happen. I mean, people have been trying to come up with and devise ways since she sank to come up with ways to raise the ship, but it's just not going to happen. All right, here we are in the wireless room. And if you guys recall, one of Father Brown's photos that he took was actually had Harold Bride sitting right here. Bride's got his back turned. It looks like he's standing in the doorway, Father Brown, that is, and he takes the picture of Harold Bride right there. And she's just too deep and too big. Yes. CQ, 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 CQD. And Night to Remember the show on B, but it's upside. I'll see. I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. CQD SOS. Yes. Steve, I really love the vacuum tube messaging system, and those tubes are still there. That's one of the few recognizable features that is still there. So, of course, let's go take a look at the bridge. Yes, MGY was Titanic's Marconi call sign. Mark, do you remember what Olympics is? And of course, here's where they would have got the calls from the crow's nest. Iceberg right ahead. And of course, this is where Hitchens would have actually been steering the ship right here. Buddy, in 30 years, if correct, the Titanic will disappear. No, buddy. The Titanic is going to be still around long after all of us are. It's going to take hundreds of more years for the thing to be gone completely. Steve says MKC was Olympics call sign. So let me show you guys something real quick. This is one of the souvenirs that I got. Let's go full screen. It was later GLSQ. Yeah, because I mean, Olympic had such a long career. I'm not surprised it would have changed at some point. So this is one of the things I bought. You can see it says the Olympic class launch tickets. So it's essentially replica launch tickets for each ship. So, buddy says 14 years, I suppose the Olympic served. No, buddy, Olympic had a 24-year career, 1911 to 1935. So here's Olympics launch ticket right here. You can see White Star Royal Mail Triple Screw Steamer Olympic at Belfast, Thursday, October 20th, 1910 at 12:15 p.m. to be presented at the gate. So they actually gave out, now obviously these are replicas, but they actually gave out tickets for you to attend the launch dates of each ship. So here's Titanic's White Star Royal Mail Triple Screw Steamer Titanic at Belfast, Wednesday, May 31st, 1911, 12:15 p.m. to be presented at the gate. And lastly, but certainly not least, here's Britannic. White Star Royal Mail Triple Screw Steamer Britannic at Belfast, Thursday, the 26th of February, 1914 at 12:15 p.m. And those are cool, right? Yeah, they're really cool. I really dug those. And inside you get like this little a little write-up about each ship. I won't read those, but Britannic from ocean liner to hospital ship, and sadly, that was it for Britannic. And on the back of it, it is the picture here is, of course, Olympic. Olympic was the only one that launched with their hull painted. It was like a gray or a white. So it could be easier for the newspapers to photograph. Rest in peace ship, also known as Gigantic. Age, that is a rumor that was never founded to have any proof to it. There's nothing in the White Star records ever that suggests that Britannic was ever going to be called Gigantic. But one more thing to show you guys before we get back on to Honor and Glory that I got from there. I got this hunk of wood. Well, found this hunk of wood in the gift shop. So I thought this was pretty cool. Just a piece of wood. Anybody got a guess on what this might be? No way. I wonder why people broadcasted it and folks ran with it. No. Where did I get the replica tickets? Anna, this was at the at the Titanic and Immersive Experience that I attended in New Orleans last week. If you go onto the channel, my YouTube channel, there is a video that came out this morning that is where I went and did this exhibit, so to speak. Steve L, throw it in your fireplace. It will burn good. It's pine. I don't know. I mean, it looks like a nice old piece of wood. Wonder what this thing could be. I don't see anything written on this side. Wonder there's something on the underside? Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at that. Who would have thought they would have something like that? And oh my God, that's amazing, right? I never, ever thought I would see anything like that. And there is a certificate of authenticity with it. As far as I can tell, I researched into it. And I mean, guys, it's as far as I can tell, I mean, this is the real deal, guys. I have a piece of Olympic in my hand, which it's shocking in a way, but it's pine decking just seems a little cheap in my opinion. Well, I mean that's what they used at the time. You know, it is what it is. Age, I'm jealous now. They had three. They were also selling pieces of Titanic coal, which, from what I understand, that is actually you can find Titanic coal in a lot of places. But yeah, to see that, I was blown away. And I'm not completely shocked that I'm shocked, but not completely because I know there's a lot of stuff out there for Olympic. I know of another YouTuber that has a one of Olympic's deck chairs. RMST sells it on their website. Do they? I never noticed that. Well, I suppose that would make sense considering they RMS Titanic is they are the legal owners of the wreck, but they wouldn't be the owners of anything involving Olympic. I mean, unless it's stuff they purchased and and are saving in a collection or something. So yeah, we've already checked out the bridge, and let's see. Oh, the coal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The boxes that the coal was in, they were. I'm assuming it was a chunk of coal because they were like this. It was big pieces. Now they did have actual pieces, and I mean very small pieces of Titanic at this exhibit. They had a I guess it was a piece of the hull, but I mean it was like smaller than this flash drive that I got right here. Okay, that's cool, buddy. I know one of our guys, Milan, said he was thinking about building the SS United States in a game that he plays, but we're talking this week is all about Titanic and well Olympic too. I feel like that fan's gonna blast into orbit. Can you guys hear that? Never heard it get that loud before. All right, let's see. I don't remember if we can go in the gymnasium or not. I think we can. It's been a while since I've actually touched this. Oh, you can hear it. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I've never heard my PC fan get that loud before, and I've actually made some upgrades on this computer recently. Yeah, listen to that thing go. Oh, Matt has made it. What's up, Matt? So we're about to go into the gym. And thinking of is the game ramping it up? It is, Anna, but I've played this game on this computer for years and it's never done that before. I don't know what's different. Oh yeah, for sure, Steve. So in another one of Father Brown's famous photos, we have from this angle we've got Lawrence Beasley and a female passenger. I forget her name on those like those bicycles right there. Oh yeah, for sure. And then we had somebody on the rowing thing here. Time for you to row your boat. What's the blue thing on the wall? I am honestly not sure what that is. So I already know. I know already this was said, but Thomas Andrews did a very well job on Olympic and Titanic. Oh, of course he did, no doubt. All right, so let's go down. You can see we're back in first class here. It was for the bikes on distance. Okay. Let's go into the first class lounge. At the exhibit, they had like this giant mural of the lounge. Of course, there's the beautiful reading and writing room. Even for the time, the gymnasium equipment was amazing. Well, as you know, they did not spare any expense on Olympic and Titanic. You know, everything was the best of the best. You can see myself relaxing on Olympics open deck. So they had like a big mural of the first class lounge with the beautiful ceiling here. Of course, assuming Cameron's movie got it right, this you actually see this ceiling break apart during the breakup scene in the movie. And of course, here's the statue they discovered recently. Who remembers what the name of this statue is? Or this was found recently on the last expedition to the wreck. I always picture that woman in white floating in the water. Yes, yes. Those chairs don't look comfortable. Dang if I don't want one. Oh, I would love to have one. Let's see. Lounge was destroyed in the breakup. Yep. Steve, that fixture. Yes. Diana of Versailles is the name of this statue. Remember last year, RMS Titanic did they went down for another expedition to the wreck, and they found Diana of Versailles. There was a chair, I should say, in the exhibit. They looked kind of like this, except it was more of a like a velvet type color. I don't remember if it said where on the ship that would have been. Exactly, Anna. The statue hasn't been seen since the wreck was discovered. They saw the statue in one of the earliest expeditions to the wreck. Then everybody just kind of forgot where it was, and all of a sudden they rediscovered it last year. Matt, what is significant about this Diana lady? Why did she have a statue made of her? That is a good question, Matt. I will admit I do not know the answer to that question. That's something I will have to research and get back with you on. Olympic had red furniture, so it may have been a chair from Olympic. I mean, most of their artifacts probably were from Olympic. I mean, there were very few things that were recovered from the sea's surface right after the sinking. And of course, artifacts that have that have been recovered legally from the wreck have all been recovered from the debris field. They've never taken anything off the wreck itself. Did Titanic weigh 44,000 tons? Please correct. She was 46,000, if I believe. Steve says Diana was the Greek goddess of the hunt. And of course, here's the aft grand staircase. And here's the first class smoking room, a room we all are very familiar with. That's why she is pulling out the sword from behind her back. And of course, as we know, the arguably the best two Titanic movies ever made, A Night to Remember and Cameron's Titanic, both feature Thomas Andrews in this room. According to both movies, this is the last time he is seen, but eyewitness accounts say otherwise. According to other eyewitness accounts, Thomas Andrews was on the port side bridge wing with Captain Smith. And when the bridge was going under, supposedly one of them said to the other, "There's not much time left. She's going quick now." And supposedly they both just stepped off the bridge wing and into the water. And I knew Diana, the goddess, but Diana of Versailles, is it the same? I am not entirely sure, Anna. See, it was very common for ships to incorporate Greek and Roman mythology in their interiors and artwork. Well, in some cases, as I'm sure you know, Steve, sometimes it's incorporated into the very name of the ship. I tell you, Lusitania and Mauritania, both named after Roman provinces. All right, B deck. Of course, B deck had a cherub, just like the forward A deck staircase did. So he says Diana Versailles is the same. All right. We're going to take a step into the Cafe Parisien. And I am going to leave you guys with this view just for a sec. I need a quick drink of water, guys. My throat is really dry. I'll be right back. Uh, no, Steve. I mean, Ozzy. No, I was not getting rum, but I will have beer. I've got beer in the fridge for later. Anna says, "How have I not heard of this game? Is a game?" Yes, Anna. This is Titanic: Honor and Glory. There are multiple free demos that are available to download from their website, and you can explore the ship just as we're doing right here. And of course, we're going to go into the Veranda Cafe from here. And here's another thing that was different about Titanic from Olympic. And we can see it both on the starboard and the port side. Titanic had the Cafe Parisien. Olympic did not get that till later on after Titanic sank. The Veranda Cafe on Titanic was extended all the way to the edge of the ship, whereas we all know Olympic had a completely open B deck promenade. Well, Anna, if this is your first time seeing Titanic Honor and Glory, I'm going to give you an option. Which part of the ship would you like to see that we have not looked at yet? I'm going to walk around here for a bit, and while I wait for your answer, wherever you want to go on the ship, well, as long as it's incorporated into the game, that is. Let's go up to the Palm Court. Steve, I'm trying to remember if Cafe Parisien remained on Olympic till 1934 or if it was removed before retirement. That is a question I do not know the answer to, Steve. What are the options? I was coming in late. Well, we've been down the grand staircase. We went check out Charles Joffin's bedroom over there on Scotland Road. We've been to the bridge. As you saw, we've just been to the Cafe Parisien, the Veranda Cafe, and I'm trying to get to the Palm Court from here. We checked out the wireless room. We checked out the bridge. Did all three Olympic-class ships have the same engine setup and produce the same amount of horsepower, Matt? Yes. Yes, they all had the same thing as far as that goes. So we need to get up the boat deck. So we're going up. This would be the second class stairs. So here's the second class entrance. No, no, I completely did that wrong. So have you decided on anything yet, Anna? Can you go in the elevator? No. I'm sorry, sir, but the lifts are closed. Okay, let's just do this. Back to main menu. I'm essentially going to cheat and teleport. Can you go in the engine rooms? Yes, we can go in. Yes, we can. Let's see. We got to go to third class. Yeah. So essentially, we have to go back to Scotland Road to access the engine room. So let's see. I think they're going to be forward, or will they? Here we go, right here. So I think this is for the I think this is the engine room or the room for the center prop. Third class was my other choice. Well, you're getting 2 for 1, Anna. You have to go to third class to get here. Full reverse, hard to starboard, and then hard to port. They had the port round too. So yep, here's the engines. Unfortunately, there's no volume in this game, so we cannot hear the engines turning. Yes, thank you, Steve. That's what I couldn't think of the right word. The low pressure turbine. So here we are. Let's go all the way down. And there's the engines. There was a catwalk somewhere. So here we go. And there they are. You drop the binoculars in the water. Well, I got news for you. I think it's been proven that the binoculars wouldn't have made much of a difference anyway. Let's see if we can crouch. Yes, we can crouch. Oh, they were absolutely massive. And really, if you think about it, in the breakup, the weight of the engines pulled down the stern uh, rather quickly. If you think about it, I mean, I'm thinking how Cameron portrayed the sinking in his movie, and once after the breakup, she tends to go down rather quick. The underwater pics of the boilers didn't really do it justice. Oh yeah, the boilers are absolutely massive too, and you can get in the boiler rooms as well. Brian's here. What's happening, Brian? Haven't seen you in a while. Oh yeah, so I want to talk to you guys about. Let's go to the crew areas. Let's see. Let's go to the crew areas. I want to talk about the VR experience at the exhibit because that was really cool. I know Aaron recommended it, and it was absolutely worth it. It was only it was $10 extra to do the VR exhibit. I want to go up to the crow's nest. So let's do that. If it'll let me in. There we go. don't know why it was fighting me like that. So, here we go. One thing that really annoys me about this game is that you cannot go to the bow. That's like super annoying. But anyway, let's get a nice view. There we go. There's a beautiful view. So the way the VR worked was you start when you first go in, you're on a submersible and you're going down to the wreck. And the way it works is when you get to the wreck, you start off right at the bow on the starboard side and you go all the way around the wreck. Then eventually you're actually walking on the wreck. It's like a passageway. It might have been the A deck promenade, if I remember right, but you're actually walking on the wreck. Then you kind of get transported back in time and you find yourself at the very tip of the bow. And when you turn around, you're seeing, all, the bridge and A deck, this essentially this shot, but from ground level. And it really, they give you a great sense of scale of how big that was and how big she would have looked. And there was like some type of city. You could see a city off in the distance to either side. But of course, the bridge is taking up the bulk, of what you're looking at. And then they put you right by the crow's nest. So you're looking up like this at the crow's nest, and it's freaking tall. It is super tall. Let's see. No king of the world moment. No, you can do that at the very beginning of the exhibit. I of course am not doing that. On the game though, you cannot go to the bow. This is as close in the game as you can get to the bow, which is completely ridiculous, but that's just what it is. All right, so let's go back down. That sounds so freaking cool. It was, and if you're a Titanic nerd like me and everyone else here, you would be in heaven in that place. It was super cool. Let's go down to the mail room. I keep thinking of Frederick Fleet's salty mouth comments. Are you talking about what he said in the movie while he's ringing the phone, Steve? Because we don't know he actually said that. All right. You can go under the forecastle. Yeah. E deck. Let's go down to F deck. Climbing up the crow's nest on Queen Mary was a memorable experience and one I will not want to do again. Well, Steve, were you a lot younger and braver when you did it? So here's some more crew areas. Okay, so yeah, you talking about what Frederick Fleet said in the movie. Yeah, so again, we have no proof that was ever actually said by him. I don't like heights. Yeah, neither do I, Mark. I'm not a fan. Let's see. Here's an interesting question. Let me get you guys' opinion on this. I was thinking about this a lot a few days ago. Excuse me, sir. You can't be in the cargo hold. Yes, I can. What, in you guys' opinion, was the last song that was played by the band? We've heard many survivors say that it was near My God to Thee, which is what I personally believe that it was. And but of course, Harold Bride stated that the last song that the band played was Autumn. What is you guys' opinion? Do you accept or Near My God to Thee, or do you think Harold Bride was right when he said it was Autumn? Eric, I don't think they had this on all the demo version that I had. Yeah, Eric, there was several versions of the demo. This is the last one that they released. Anna, is there a story or survival element to this game if you get the whole thing? This game has a complicated history, Anna. It only ever exists in demo form. The game has essentially been in development hell for over 10 years now. Um, I personally believe that what you see here is all we're ever going to get. Because I've been following it since it was first announced. Essentially, I was following it. Anna says, "Nearer, my God, to Thee." Ozzy says, "Nearer, my God, to Thee." So, do the songs sound similar? Not that I am aware of. I've only ever heard Autumn once, and I don't remember it sounding like Nearer, My God, to Thee. All right, Scotland Road. I'm not sure what is correct on the last song, but the question is which Nearer My God to Thee? Yes. And Eva Hart has actually mentioned that in some of her videos or interviews, I should say. According to her, there are 3 versions of Nearer My God to Thee. Now, supposedly, and we all know who Wallace Hartley is, right? Wallace Hartley was the leader of Titanic's band. Supposedly, he was asked once if you were ever shipwrecked, what would be the last song you play? And he said, Nearer My God to Thee. Now, that is something I have heard. I've admittedly not done the research to verify if that's true or not. Let's see. For those in peril on the sea, wasn't sung on Sunday. The Brits typically did not sing what we Yanks know as the song. Steve, I'll have you know I am not a Yank. There's an old saying in the Deep South, if you live north of I-10, then you're a Yankee. Yeah, so we were just here. So we've got a few minutes left. Let's go. Let's see. What have we not seen yet? Let's see. South of the Mason-Dixon. No, I said I-10, not the Mason-Dixon. The baths. We have not checked out the Turkish baths or the swimming pool. Mark, oh my God, that was a fast hour, right? Time flies when we're having fun. Now, this is only the beginning, guys. We have Titanic month. We've got 3 more streams involving Titanic here. So here we are, first class swimming pool. As we know, Britannic's was a lot nicer than this. Who remembers what the SS Vaterland's swimming pool looked like? Because honestly, guys, I will say Um, as much as I love the Olympians, if you guys remember what the swimming pool looked like on the bottom, it's the Olympians are here and the bottom is like up here. Let's see, Steve. I was really shocked how well preserved the Turkish baths are on Titanic. Well, it was all tile. I love that shot that Cameron did. He was the one that got that shot where you're looking into the Turkish baths. Well, let's just go in the Turkish baths. And he's shining a light through. Let's see. Where would that have been on the ship? Let's see. These are like the saunas or whatever. These are the electric baths. Well, right here's the electric bath. Hard to believe that Lucy and Mary didn't have a pool at all, right? Trying to remember how Cameron got that shot where he essentially shined a light through the backside, and it illuminates this room. And you can see, like exactly what Steve is saying, how well preserved the Turkish baths still are. He must have been in this hallway right here. Yeah, because this is not no, this is a bulkhead. Well, hell, how did he get that shot? See, yeah, you know the photo I'm talking about. To the first class main stairway. I'm about to research that photo and when I've got time and come back and look at Honor and Glory and see how he lined up that shot because I really don't remember how he did it. All right. So let's go back to first class. We will finish how we started with first class. True fact, guys. I don't know how many of you know this, but there were more third class men that survived than second class men. Did you know that? See, I just think it sucks that WTD was closed after watertight, making it impossible to access. Oh, the watertight doors. Yeah, watertight doors were closed. That's how we can never photograph the pool area. It's not paneling, Anna. It's tiles. Like I think there's still some wood left on the ship, but it's not much. Okay. All right, so here we are. We're back at D deck reception. And here we are, D deck dining. The deeper inside the ship you go, the more wood you find. Right. I think a lot of the wood in the mail room was better preserved, which would make more sense to what you're saying, Steve, because the mail room was on F deck. So that would make more sense. So here we go, guys. We're leaving. We're going to cut it off here at the first class dining. I don't have a drink, but to making it count. So anyway, what's coming up for the rest of Titanic month? 3 more live streams involving Titanic. We're going to look at Titanic in more formats. There are a couple of other games I have for Titanic that we're going to look at. We're going to go down to the wreck in the coming weeks, digitally, of course. I have someone who is I can't say affiliated. Someone I have contacted and reached out and requested an interview with that has been to the wreck has agreed to come and talk to us in an interview. And I'm hoping to have that either on April 14th or April 15th, or as close to that as we can possibly get. It ultimately depends on that person's availability. Those of you who are members, you know who I'm talking about, but I'm going to ask you to keep it a secret. I want it to be a surprise for everyone else. I will say this. This one thing, buddy. It is not Robert Ballard. That would be cool as hell, but this is still really cool itself. The Rubaiyat of Ober Khayyam is something I hope is found. Yeah, how amazing would that be? So yeah, Steve, you know who it is because you're a member. Again, I'm going to ask you members to please keep it a secret. I want it to be a surprise. I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed. So yeah, that's what's coming in the coming month, guys. So look forward to that. In the meantime, video content is as follows. The weekly videos are every Friday morning at 7 a.m. Our weekly 1 hour live stream is Friday p.m. at 7 o'clock. All times are U.S. Central Time. The video shorts are every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. And am I missing anything? Oh, aside from the interview with the aforementioned person, I have another interview scheduled with another historian that will not be Titanic related, but I think you guys are really going to enjoy this as well. So stay tuned, guys. That's what's coming up. Oh, and by the way, we hit 3,000 subscribers on the channel today. So I was super excited when I woke up this morning and I saw that. So things are looking really good for the channel right now. And I'm so grateful to all you guys for being a part of that. So guys, thanks again for hanging out as always. And until next time, you guys always know the drill. Drive safely. And where you go, I go.